to Make It Viral Media Podcast. Another episode, another story with another business owner in Tampa Bay area. She is JC Farmer, am I right?
That's correct.
Welcome to
Yes.
Make It Viral Media Podcast.
Thank
JC
you.
Farmer. So I will call you JC.
Call me JC.
I mean, we all call her JC.
Everybody calls me JC. So yes, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yes. So, and today, our episode will be her story. So, Make It Viral Media and Technology, we invite local business owners and we talk about their business and their story and how did they get into business and what are the challenges and all of that and how they even solve their challenges and overcome their challenges and stuff like that. So I think it is good for everyone who wants to get into business and make a good, career and good business journey based on other people's experience. And I believe other people's experience matters to us
Yes.
when it comes to build ourselves as well. So Jesse Soma, thank you very much for coming again. And I'd like to know about you. So tell me about you a little bit.
Okay. I probably have a pretty big and pretty long story, but I will give you the short version. Most of my time
Mhm.
was really spent in education.
Uh-huh.
I've been everything from a teacher to an administrator. I've always worked with special needs children. I've worked with parents of special needs children, and thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yes.
And I probably enjoyed it for more years than sometimes people imagine, because
Yeah.
we're probably looking at 40 years of going through
Yeah.
an educational system, and I've lived in several places, but I never gave a lot of thought
Yeah.
to owning my own business.
Uh-huh.
Everything was about education, training other people in the educational system, working with parents in the educational system. And it was not until I retired that I realized that there had to be more.
Yes.
And I knew that just retiring from the school system was going to be I had to have something to do because I'm a very active senior,
Yes.
and but business was not something that I looked at. I thought that I was probably past that season, but I've had so many people in my life that have made me kind of rethink things,
Mhm.
and I started rethinking them probably a year or two after retirement.
Gotcha.
And but I've always surrounded myself with people that had businesses.
Uh-huh.
So that was the start of my journey, trying to
So,
see where I fit in.
so you never planned like as you grow up or as a child or even as you building your career in educational field, you never thought of becoming a business owner.
Oh no. Even as I was moving towards retirement,
Yeah.
I still didn't think that starting
Yeah.
a business
Yeah.
was in my future.
It's
I
a-
had absolutely no idea.
So you retired, and then you're like, what I'm gonna do now? So-
Well, it didn't quite happen like that.
Okay.
And when I retired,
Mhm.
I didn't realize how many young people that were in my life. I have a lot of bonus children,
Mhm.
and I have I have two sons, but
Mhm.
I also have bonus nieces and nephews, and then I have some that are in business.
Uh-huh.
And so I thought, I know that as being retired from the school system, there are two things
Yes.
that I was not going to do.
Mhm.
As much as I love children, I knew I was not going to be the neighborhood or the family babysitter.
Yes.
I knew that was not going to happen. If anyone wanted to come over and bring their children, that's wonderful. But if you wanted me to keep your children, we had to make appointments because I realized how busy and active I was. And
Yeah.
then there was another thing that I knew I wasn't going to do,
Mhm.
that other friends of mine that
Mhm.
were educators getting ready to retire,
Yeah.
I knew what they were looking to do, start their own garden. And I was not going to start a garden. Anything that I touch like that does not grow. So I knew that I was not retiring to babysit nor to be a gardener. But I still didn't know what to do. But it was my oldest son that for some reason had a retirement vision for me that I didn't have for myself. First, he thought, Mom, you need to be a speaker. You need to be a motivational speaker. Yes. That's what I know you as, Mom. And
I can see that too.
And that's what he said. And so all of a sudden, he was pushing me to get coaching and all of that. And I resisted. Yes. I was like, why do I need to have a coach to learn to do what I've been doing for years and years? And he said, but Mom, it'll add value to what you do. So the first business that I started ended up being a motivational or inspirational speaking business. Wow. And I went a whole year with a coach. And I think it's ironic that the coach that I had was a young man that used to be in my life, and he's still in my life forever. Yes. So now you're telling me I need to be a motivational speaker, and you're telling me that I need a coach, and you're also telling me that the coach should be this young man that was one of my young people many years ago. Yeah. And he said, yes, Mom, you need it. So I did. For a whole year, I had this coach, and his name was Earl Davis, and he had been mentored under Les Brown. So I thought, okay, I can do this. Yeah. And after that, and he gave me so much more than I ever thought I needed. But he was the one that got me in that direction. It wasn't about the speaking and the inspiration that I needed more on. It was knowing the business part of it. So as a coach, that's what I learned. Yeah. But right when I started crawling a little bit in that business, then another group of young people came along that were in a coffee business. And they were in a network marketing business, an MLM, and they just knew they had to have me. And I was like, no, I resisted that. But I did. I became a network marketer with them and did quite well. And I was under the umbrella of a company called Organo. They used to call it Organo Gold. And I was out there. And then that's when I realized, there might be something to this, because I found out I was pretty good at network marketing. And I think really, Viraj, I was good at it because I have the gift of gab. And I used to joke and tell people I could sell ice to the Eskimos. So they got me into that. But after about a year or two of really building and doing well with that company and the business, I got to seeing down the road. And I said, I love what I'm doing, but I'm still getting a little older. So what can I do with this coffee that would make another impact? And that's when I stepped away from just selling and recruiting people to where I just rebranded myself as a coffee lady. Took the same wonderful coffee and put it up under the umbrella of JC's Coffee Concierge Services. Still had no clue what I was doing. But I was determined that I was going to learn how to do this business. And now we're talking probably 12 years that I've been doing
coffee business.
In the coffee business. Nice. And I changed it from just being a salesperson to where now I do catering, coffee catering for organizations.
And that's how I met you.
Yes, you did. I do the coffee catering. I do I still sell coffee, but I do more of the catering and I do more of like concierge services. And that really works well for me because I love people. I meet so many people. And I love sharing this concept of coffee. Now, I probably should say, Viraj, it's not just coffee as usual, because the coffee that I actually promote with people is organic mushroom coffees, but I also have all kind of teas, and it's just been a wonderful journey. But that's how I got into it, and I don't see any letting up right now. Yes.
Wonderful. Like, so you start with the motivational speaker side, and according to following your son's plan, and then you found your own path. later.
Yes,
Not the
yes.
motive, but still you do speak though. I know I heard one of your speech at the BNI. Direct, in our BNI Apex chapter, you came as a
Hmm.
director. You also let's talk about that also later. But I like to know about your childhood. Where were you born?
Oh goodness, I am what I call myself a Kentucky girl.
Kentucky
I
girl.
was born in Lexington, Kentucky,
Uh huh.
and but I lived also in Louisville, Kentucky.
Hmm.
So I had, and I've also lived other places, but I was born and reared right there in Lexington, Kentucky. I was a Kentucky girl. Yes,
So from
still am.
Kentucky, from north side
Yes, yeah,
of USA.
yes, yes.
Very cold, so you're used to cold weather?
Well, yes, if you had asked me that several years ago, I would say that's pretty average.
Mhm.
No, it's cold. It is cold. And then after being here in Florida,
Yeah.
it's very cold.
Oh, yeah.
So I hardly go home when I think snow or
Yes.
ice or
Because now you're used to Florida
that's
weather.
right.
Yeah.
I say that I am a Floridian now because I've lived here over 30 years. So
30 years.
yes.
So what brought you down here?
Well, just some situations that had happened in my life, and
Uh-huh.
we actually moved from Cleveland, Ohio,
Okay.
which was much colder than
Much.
Kentucky.
Oh, really?
But absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And with me and my two boys, we actually moved here
Okay.
to Florida,
Okay.
and from the time I got here until I retired, I always had a job, mainly because I work with special needs. And
Yes.
there's always a demand
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
teachers and administrators that really work with special needs.
So you have been helping a lot of those kids.
Oh yes, if there were anything that I could say I really enjoy doing,
Yeah.
I love working with special needs. Even as a retiree, I still oftentimes get an opportunity
Yes.
to work with parents that have special children.
Yeah. I have been to several places like that. That they educate. One of my friend was used to own one. I think he still own one. They do have a school for kids for special needs.
Oh
And when I
yes,
went there, it's a really big struggle. Like so sad, because you feel like those kids need a lot of help, and it's another whole different world
it
for
is.
me though.
But what I realize,
Hmm.
Viraj, is that they need a lot of help.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, they need a lot of love.
Love that.
And
Yeah.
that's what I realized that I was bringing to the
To the
table.
table.
And I can just go through all my years of being in education where I met young teachers, young educators who had a heart for working with special children. It's
Yeah.
not just a teacher.
Yeah.
It's got to be a teacher with a teacher heart and a heart for special
Yeah.
children.
And a lot of patience
And a
love.
lot of patience. You
Yeah.
got to, and that's what it's interesting that I can put the two together when it comes to business
Uh-huh.
and when it comes to working with special needs children.
Yeah.
See, with special needs children, you can't look at them for where they are right now.
Yes.
Because from the first time you meet a child that's got an exceptionality, and I've worked with probably all of them, from Down syndrome all the way to children on the spectrum. And my biggest joy comes with working with children that are real hard to manage, that have real behavior problems.
I see.
You always have to see where they are right now,
Yes.
and then where they can be.
Yes.
Well, that's just like business.
Yes.
With
Definitely.
business, you start
Yes.
and you got to be able to see down the road.
Yes.
You got to be able to see where you're going to be
Going to be
5 months from now.
no. Yes.
5 years from now. You got to be able to see that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way I had to do with the children as well.
Oh.
And with adults. Because I work just as hard with
With
adults.
the
I
adults,
work with
yeah.
parents that had special needs
Yes.
children. I keep hitting because I talk with my hands a lot.
Yeah, I see that.
Yes,
Yeah. I mean, you're a
but-
speaker, so you
so
always use that
that
one.
is, I put the two together.
Mhm.
I find just as much joy in business
Mhm.
than I found when I was working with children,
Yes,
because I sincerely believe
yes.
that you have to be where you've got to walk in your purpose, and you got to know what your purpose is. And when I was working with those children, I worked with them, seeing them way down the road. So it was easy for me to even teach them way over here because I knew that if I put in mind down the road, I'm going to see some of these children. And believe it or not, I do see some of the children I worked with, especially some of the ones that had severe behavior problems. Now,
Right.
some of them are doing some astronomical things.
Wonderful. I think I have seen some kids are very smart, even though they have some issues, but they're smart as well.
Oh
The
yes,
kids, yeah.
yes. See, sometimes people have the misconception that if a child is special
Yeah.
in whatever area,
Yeah.
that means that they're not smart, maybe
Yes.
not intelligent.
Yes.
But I can truly say over all the years of
Yeah.
working with special needs children, I have seen some that are over the top
I see.
smart.
I think you have a lot of wisdom to share about the taking care of a special needs kid and helping them out a lot. It seems like
Oh yes,
I think we should
yes.
do another podcast just about
Just
that.
about
Then.
that, and talking with parents of
Yeah.
special needs
Yeah,
children.
exactly. I think
Yes.
parents also need some good educational and life advice. Where when they have those kind of kids in their life, and how they can be strong. And I think the parents have to be very strong as well, because they're going to deal with those kids for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's get back to your business
Sure,
now. So you're
sure.
from Kentucky, right? And then
Yes.
you came to Florida, and you have been in the educational industry, especially special needs kid, right?
Yes.
Kids in
Yes.
special needs. And then you retired, and then you got into your business, and you have two sons.
Yes.
So they're grown and they have their own family.
Yes, they actually they are grown, but both of my sons
Mhm.
have that entrepreneurial spirit now.
Oh, they're also
I
business
was
owners?
able to. They don't do what I do,
Uh-huh.
but they both believe that you should own something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
and I didn't realize how my making certain changes
Yes.
many years ago
Yeah.
has caused them
Mm-hmm.
to make many changes. I have
I see.
one son that's in music, and
Mhm.
he does his own production and
Uh-huh.
everything. So
Wow.
he's there, and he's probably been there at 14.
Oh.
And he started at 14,
Yeah.
and now he's here. He's in the Tampa Bay area and surrounding areas where
Okay.
it promotes his music and does a lot of stuff.
I'd
My
like to meet
oldest
him one
son,
day.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And my oldest son, he and his wife
Mhm.
are thinking very serious about starting a trucking business.
Oh.
And I don't know, with all the things that are going on right
Going
now
right
with
now.
the weather and with the just the
Yeah.
expense of having a trucking
Yes.
business. I don't know where they are with that now,
Yeah.
but I have had the opportunity
Yeah.
of seeing where yes, it's a job can be good,
Yes.
but a business can be better. And I've seen both my sons, because of the examples that have been set for them.
Gotcha.
I see them moving in that same
Moving in the
direction.
same direction, which is
Yes.
good for them. And I believe in owning something as well. And then I always want to build my own business, even when I was a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yes,
I had
yes.
that in my mind. And back then, when I was a kid in Sri Lanka, I had business and then helping people out. So I was getting into politics, like
Yes.
politically, how can I help people in the area? But likewise, and I still now I'm in America as a computer engineer, and still I wanted to do my own business in technology. That's why I studied computer engineering. So I also believe in owning something.
Oh, yes.
And then you can help many people. I think that if your kids have those kind of mindset, they can be good entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. And in order for them, along with anyone,
Yeah.
to have that mindset, you have to surround yourself
Yes.
with people that have that mindset.
Yes.
Because I can tell you, even over the years of me trying to get into the business world,
Mhm.
I had so many friends that were my same age that were, you're retired. Why do you need to do that? And I would say, for my own survival,
Yes.
I said, I plan to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I see what I'm doing as an avenue to keep me relevant, to keep me connected. And so you have to surround yourself.
Definitely, and that's what the networking come from, right? Like
Absolutely. And Viraj, when I met you and saw and it's almost like, okay, Viraj is over here. He's over here. He's over here. But that's because that's where your mind runs like that. What can I do?
Exactly.
And I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. And I always like believe in that meeting people and making connection with them, and at the same time you don't know who you're going to meet next.
That's right.
And you don't know what kind of avenues that can be opened for you and for them as well. I mean, when I go to people, I always think there are two things. One, what are the avenues that I can take more avenues to get my goal achieved, and also how can I help them, how can I connect them to their goals as well with my network. So it has to be mutual when I connect with people.
Absolutely.
And then I find the like-minded people and then make a good bond and then grow really good, strong community around me that is totally focused on one thing, business and building up and helping people.
Yes.
So I enjoy that, and that's how I met you at the Kaba event. And then I found out you're in BNI.
Yes.
And then you're selling tea and coffee and tea, and I tried very good coffee. And then you had tea as well, and then we talk about our tea as well.
Yes.
So we have a really good journey together now. And we just started. We met about a month ago, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me about when you come to start your coffee business because of that coffee networking community, correct?
Yes.
And then you still decided to do your own coffee thing, and now you provide catering with coffee, and it's been about 11 years. And when you start that coffee business,
yes,
and you mentioned earlier that you did not know what to do, how to figure this out, but you have a product now and you need to build a business.
Absolutely.
So you had no idea how to do it, but how you get to know that? How did you tell us a little bit of that journey that you didn't know what's gonna happen, and that you need to build a business. You have a business, you have a coffee product. And tell me about that progress you made without even knowing what you're doing.
Right. Well, if you think back, something that I mentioned, I believe you should surround yourself with people like-minded people.
Yes.
So what I realized, and I had to realize probably 11 or 12 years ago, I realized that I was an excellent educator. When I was in the school system, oh my goodness, over the years, you could pin this on me. I was teacher of the year. I had a model classroom. Then I became well known in the Hillsborough County schools and all that. But what I didn't learn, which I learned after I retired, was I didn't know how to be a businesswoman. So I had coffee. I was a network marketer. Boy, I could sell that coffee. But now I'm changing over. Way back then, I was changing over to the world of entrepreneurship. Now, when my late husband was also an entrepreneur, and he was the one that I observed all those years, and I participated in some of his ventures that he did with business. But I still didn't learn because my mind was still more on education. I'm in the school system. I got to be over here and over there. But I did not know how to be that businesswoman. Then I was introduced to BNI, which is Business International, Business Network International. And even though I was introduced, I still didn't know how to be a businesswoman. So I could probably give away everything. I was just the nicest person to everybody. You want a cup of coffee here? Oh, pay me later, whatever. So it was through a lot of the training and the education that I got through BNI that I started evolving. And then I started realizing there were some things missing. I didn't have a website. I didn't have things like that. That was just not in my previous world. So now I've got to look at all of this stuff. So I started paying attention to the people around me. And I always look at people. I like to look at successful people. Because successful people they can, you can look at some of their successes and pull from them. Now, everything that they do is not for you and your business, but that's what I started doing. I started sitting down, we call them one-to-ones, and I would want to pick your brain and tell me, what did you do and how did you do? And after a while, I started seeing myself as a businesswoman, which is another part of it. You've got to see yourself in a role. And what it was, I kept seeing myself as just an educator, not realizing that being an educator that could also do trainings, that was going to transfer right over into the business world. But I didn't see it back then. So all of a sudden now I'm developing into a businesswoman. And I'm still developing. After we're talking maybe 11 years or more, I'm still developing because I believe you never stop learning.
I believe the same
when
thing.
When you stop learning, you die.
You die.
And I'm not planning to die right now, so.
Yeah, and the world is evolving so fast. Like now we have the AI era.
Yes.
And we are using a lot of technology for business. And you have a lot to learn as you grow. If you're not learning those things and those shifts, then you're going to be fallen apart. Like you're going to be behind. You're not going to make it happen. So the learning is something that you're going to have forever. Life, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So 11 years, and then your coffee business, and you got into BNI and Business Network International, and one of the referral-based networking and well-structured one. Right. So what is your experience with BNI? Because I'm also in BNI now. This is my first year in BNI, and now you are 11 years.
Yes.
So
yes.
Tell us about that too.
Yes, and my journey in BNI has been phenomenal. Now, has it always been one that was just made me feel good all the time? No, because in any organization that you're in, you're going to see the ebb and flow. And that's what I saw eventually in BNI. But what I surrounded myself with is what I shared earlier. The successful people, successful, positive people. Because sometimes you can assume that when people are in business, they're all positive. And unfortunately, they don't realize that you do have to be positive to be in business. So my learning that came from BNI was interesting. I became, oh my goodness, after the second year in BNI, they had a program for where you could be a director consultant. And that was someone that could travel to different chapters. And we are probably we're probably at almost 58 chapters in the Tampa Bay area. And then I realized that BNI is the largest referral marketing group in the world. And I said, okay. And it has all kind of educational components. Well, what I did, Viraj, this was kind of funny. I would ask some people that I knew were doing well. What did you do? And they said, any trainings that are open to you, go to them. Anything that where you can be visible, go to them. And they called that the VCP process. Visibility, credibility, profitability. I had to become like a child. It's like, okay, now you've been teaching and training people. Now you've got to become the student. And that's what BNI allowed me to do. I was able to say, I don't care how old you are. I don't care how long you've been in business. All I want to know is, what are you doing with that business? Are you positive? Can you seed into me? And that's what I did with BNI. Something else that happened, I told you I have all these bonus children, and I have 4 bonus grandchildren. They actually were godchildren that became grandchildren, and I had them when they were very young. But after I got a hold of this entrepreneurship, their mom and dad are entrepreneurs. He's an engineer. And so with them, along with myself, we start encouraging them to, okay, if you want to go to college, that's a wonderful thing to do. But if you want to have a business, that's an awesome thing to do as well. So now I've got 4 grandchildren who have all gone to college, got numerous degrees, but every one of them explore businesses and have a business. And so with my oldest one, who is now an attorney, I brought the whole family to visit a BNI meeting.
Oh.
And that was many, many years ago. They were probably high school, middle to high school students.
Yes.
And one of them I knew was probably going to be an attorney. But he came to a BNI meeting, my meeting, really.
Yeah.
And he met some of the attorneys in that meeting. And the attorneys encouraged him.
Yeah.
I never knew how far he was going to go with being an attorney.
Yeah.
But my thing was, you can be an attorney if you'd like to, but you need a business too. So he's now an attorney over in Orlando, works for one of the top firms there. But he's also a videographer.
Oh.
So he's got, he knows that business world and that. And then his brother, he decided that he wanted to be an engineer like his dad, I guess.
Yeah.
He's a civil engineer and he's a residential contractor. But now he also contracts himself out. Business world, college world.
Yes.
And then I've got one in med school and one that's actually getting ready to develop a lot of my branding and stuff right now. She's like, Grandma, you need my help. So I'm going to give her a chance to show what she can do. So that's what BNI did for me. It reshaped a lot of things. My youngest son came to BNI to see how he and his wife could be a good substitute for me if ever I had to be out.
I see.
And so they went and talked to this post group after the meeting, and the group was congratulating me because they had joined BNI.
Oh.
I said, but you weren't supposed to join at this time. You're my sons. But that's just the way it happened. So BNI for me has been a business shaper. I know why I'm there. You got to know what your purpose is for any organization that you're in. I know what my purpose is, and I know that my purpose is to motivate and inspire other people to do some of the things that I've been able to do. I know it's there. So when I meet people who they're not so sure what their purpose is. So they get caught up into other things that are not productive for their business. Those are not necessarily the people that I hang with.
That makes sense. Completely. And also the UBNI and you, not only you brought the whole family into it.
Oh yes, yes. And I know, believe it or not, that they this family that I'm talking about is all in Orlando, but they all know about BNI, and I believe that eventually that they may become a part of the BNI organization wherever they are.
And I joined BNI last year, and our chapter is a brand new chapter, and that was my first experience as well. And I happened to go to Sri Lanka for a month, and then I was able to go to BNI meetings in Sri Lanka. I began to meet really good people, business owners in Sri Lanka, and now I'm making with connections, and then we are going to have some business like they built, they even I made a tech company owner, and then they're building some technology tools that I can sell here.
Awesome.
I can white label and I can sell it here, and it is definitely make connections. I mean, I had this mindset, okay, wherever I'm going to go, even for vacation, I'm going to find a BNI group there and I can go. Making connections wherever you go.
Absolutely.
And then I had people from India also connecting me who are in BNI. And now I see a lot of opportunities around the world, especially in my dream of building a global tech company. So that's my dream. And then I can use that. I can leverage that tech, all these connections that through BNI as well. I have other connections. I have other networking personally, that I built. But BNI gives me an opportunity to learn a lot. And I know, we talk about the drama as well. Yeah, there are drama. And there were, I always said this, that I'm learning about BNI. I'm learning how to leverage this and how to help other members and myself and my business without wasting too much of time and money.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, as a business owner, I have to calculate my ROI.
Yes.
It's important.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Yes.
business is gonna die. And
Yes.
in everything and we do, we have to have a development. If something builds my personality as a business person, I have to calculate that as well as a productive.
Yes. Yes.
In
Yes.
that is also ROI, because most people only think about money, but I
Absolutely.
look at it like, okay, how am I growing? Am I building up a good connection? That also I put that into calculations for that as well. And
Absolutely.
I think in that regards, the BNI is good. I mean, and there was situation that I really didn't want to be in it, but I learned that I need to avoid those other sides. And because when I look at, and a lot of people I met now, even I met you with Kaba,
Uh-huh.
in Kaba, and then you're in BNI, and then I visited your chapter as well, and I met many people.
Yes.
So I'm like, why should I, lose that opportunity I have
Right.
just because of some negative drama, some drama out there?
Absolutely. And what I have experienced over the years, and that's why I've had a lot of people to say, why have you been a director consultant for all these years? Why do you travel to all these chapters?
Yeah.
I said, well, because I was told many years ago how important it was with visibility, credibility, profitability. Plus, I love to help people win.
Yes.
Because I do believe that what I make happen for you, the same will happen for me.
Yes.
Now, I have also learned though that you can't put more into other people than you put into your own, because I would have been totally broke. There's no way my business would have gotten off the ground.
I mean, you are doing catering, and specifically your clientele would be, suitable clientele for you are business owners, because they have events at their business locations and other locations.
Absolutely.
And so then you get the good catering business, and that's a good strategy to get good business as well. And so as you grow with this business, specifically coffee business, what are the challenges you face?
People not quite understanding what I do. It's interesting. Because, and I would have to back up a minute and just say, Viraj, that when I came into the coffee business, even as a network marketer, I was not a coffee drinker. I did not drink coffee, and tea was not a big part of what I do. Or I just, you would not see me sit and just sip on a cup of tea. So I was stepping out into an area that was totally foreign to me, because I didn't like coffee, and I wasn't drinking tea. And all of a sudden, I'm doing that. Well, I started as a person selling coffee. So now when they meet me and they hear about my coffee business, they automatically think that I just sell coffee. So it was through BNI that I had to learn how to present my business where people would understand that I do so much more than just selling you coffee. And I think we're getting there now. People realize that I come. Yes, I do vendor events where I sell a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and that's fun because I meet so many people. And yes, I do make money. But it's even a lot more fun when someone books me for a private event. Or they realize that I can come in and cater your entire business conference. Or that I could. I love to create. When I was in the school system, I was one of those teachers. As a teacher, I would change my bulletin boards sometimes twice a month. I was very creative. So then that's when I added custom coffee bars to my business. So I can come in and you tell me what the event is, and I create a coffee bar around your event. And when people come to the event, they can't even imagine that this is a coffee bar. They spend a lot of time around the coffee bar.
Yeah.
So through the years, I have learned to just create
Yes.
the atmosphere.
So,
I
yeah.
I add music to my coffee bar,
Nice.
and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I was in a location. I think it was in Spring Hill, where a
Yes.
gentleman, he just kept hanging around the coffee bar.
Uh-huh.
He was drinking the coffee. I have all the supplements, and it was a nice bar.
Yes.
And he looked up at me because he was listening to the music.
Yes.
And I tried to even add the music based on the event,
Uh-huh.
but I don't always have music.
Yeah.
So he said, this is so therapeutic. And when he said that,
Uh-huh.
I said, interesting. Sometimes people come up to a coffee bar. They're not just coming to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
They're sometimes coming because it's like I rename myself as the coffee bartender. You know how in a bar,
Yeah,
people will talk to the bartender?
Yes.
Well, now I'm at my coffee bar, not always, sometimes it's self-serve.
Yeah.
And if I'm standing there, I get people that pour their hearts out while they're over a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Or over a cup of coffee and jazz. And so that's when I realized, that people, they just thought I was a coffee salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
And now they see me as the coffee lady that brings an atmosphere to your event.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to meet strangers.
Yes.
If they come up to get coffee, they feel like even before they taste it, they're getting an atmosphere.
So you're giving a very unique experience.
That's it. It's a coffee bar experience. Yes.
So, and even like if people, not if, people who are listening and need a coffee catering, you have JC Farmer to connect. And I haven't seen many places that we had coffee bar. And until I met you at that Carolwood area Business Association After 5 event. And that was a good location, and you were there and you had your coffee bar. And you you provide that services in the local area for any event, right?
Oh, yes. And I go outside sometimes. I have gone as far as Orlando, Sarasota. Mm-hmm. I go as far as Spring Hill, Dade City. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you go anywhere.
It's a mobile service, so
yes.
I can go most places.
Most places, yes.
Yes.
And and you find now you are getting people to understand what you do.
Yes.
Not just a cup of coffee, it has more than that. And which was a challenge for you in the beginning, but now you're getting through it. And now as a business owner and doing this, how satisfied are you?
Oh, I'm extremely satisfied. Mm-hmm. It's trial and error. Mm-hmm. It's not always. There are some challenges that come up.
Yeah.
But because I'm surrounded by problem solvers.
Yes.
You see, I'm surrounded by business owners. So yes. If the problem comes up,
yes,
I know what to do. I started operating on a different level, mm-hmm. and I wasn't thinking I needed to have business insurance and things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm surrounded by business people, and they're asking me questions, and I go, really? Why don't we talk? So when those challenges come up, I've got people that's what they do all the time, just like in your business. You're a problem solver.
Yes.
And so I look for the problem solvers.
Yes.
I can solve some problems.
Yes.
But I look for those around me that can help with those challenges that I have. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about getting a logo. I didn't know about branding. I'm learning all of that, all of those things now. But my whole world seems to be surrounded by problem solvers.
Yes.
And that's a good thing.
Definitely.
Yes. So I would say to anyone, if you are not surrounded by people that know how to solve problems, then you're in the wrong setting.
So was there any occasion, any situation that you felt like, you know what, I need to drop everything. I don't want to do this. And then just walk away.
Yes, but that would That did come because believe it or not, I have a 94-year-old mom that is still living,
Wow.
and she was very active, and she's come to Florida several times. She's still in Kentucky, and then all of a sudden her health started declining. And I couldn't, for the first time, I started realizing the distance that I can't get to my mom, who I'm very close to.
Yes.
I couldn't get to her as fast as I needed to.
Yes.
Then I started realizing that I was so well scheduled that it was becoming almost impossible to find time to just drop stuff and go to Kentucky. And that's when my frustration started building up, because I thought, okay, I'll solve this. I'll bring my mom to Florida. Well, because my mom is 94 and still active, and she is like the neighborhood, everybody knows my mother.
Yeah.
And all my relatives are back there. And I realized it wasn't going to be that easy to just pick her up and bring her here. That was probably, and it's still some challenges that I'm going through.
Yes.
But that was probably the biggest time that I almost said, I'm going to have to get out of this. I can't do it anymore because my mom comes first. And but we're beginning to work on we're resolving some things.
Okay, so that wasn't anything from the business challenges.
No, from the business part, it's I have not had any real major challenges in terms of
drop out.
Because I call my business a fun business.
Fun business, yeah.
It's a fun business, but but I realize that everybody can't do what I do.
Yes.
But I've always been in situations where I could make it fun, even when it was something that could be a little more challenging. So mine is fun. I love meeting people. I love setting up coffee bars. Yeah.
So what is your next goal with the coffee bar?
Well, I have got to duplicate myself because I am a solopreneur.
Yeah.
Now, I believe it or not, I was remarried about 3 years ago, and this was like the sweetheart of my life 40 years ago.
Yeah.
He had no idea, because he was living in one part of the country and I was living in another.
Yeah.
He had no idea that I was an entrepreneur now, not just an educator.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's into my world.
Yes.
And he saw this as, oh my goodness, I did not realize this is what you did. And I'm always on the go. Well, he is fully retired.
Right.
And he reminds me of that sometimes. However, now he's beginning to see where he fits in with the business. And where he fits in basically is where I need the most help.
Yeah.
So he's beginning to be a little bit more accepting of what I do, and definitely loves to help me do what I do.
Yeah, I think I met him at the BNI conference.
Yes. And it's interesting because he is a total introvert.
Yeah.
And I am a total extrovert.
Yeah.
So he had to find where he could fit, because he basically is very shy.
Yeah.
But now it's like he's becoming more and more comfortable with what I do.
Yeah.
And because of him, I can do what I do.
Yeah.
But I realize in the long run, I've got to duplicate myself.
Yeah.
I want to train some young people. I would love for it to be my two sons. But they love being entrepreneurs. And my oldest son is also, he's also an 18-wheeler. He drives 18-wheelers. So I need to duplicate myself. So when I finally decide to shut down, I don't have to shut down. I will have someone that can either buy the business or that can keep the business going, because I think it can be a very lucrative, very
business.
Productive business.
Yes. And so maybe you can build it as like a franchise.
I have thought that, and that would be another whole skill I'd have to learn. But again, Viraj, you're right, because I'm surrounded by people who could show me how to do that.
Yes.
And I am surrounded by people who have already done it.
Done it. Exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
my message to anyone. Surround yourselves with the right people.
people.
I
Exactly.
don't have to go hunt for them. I have 1,800 people in BNI
Yes.
in every business that you can imagine, and including yourself, because as I am even sitting here in your studio and I'm looking at some of the things that you do,
Yes.
it's so many people like me
Yes.
that had I met you 11 years ago, you definitely would have been in my world, because I'm going, oh, okay, now I understand. Yes. So surround yourself with people that can make a difference.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, that's great. And then, I'm glad that you have another next goal and how to make the future of your business as well. And, which we should have, like, even for myself, even, after I depart from this world, I want this to continue.
Yes.
So this shouldn't die.
That's right.
The business should take my legend. This is like I'm building a legendary, uh, organization.
Yes.
It should carry out. The operation should continue, and helping people out there. That's one of my vision as well. Because I work hard for this one,
Absolutely.
And I know this helps people.
Yes.
And so thank you very much. And we learned a lot about you and your business. And you're a very positive person. And you said that we need to be positive. And of course, we have to be aware of negativity, but do not hold on to negativity.
Right. And you can't engage in it.
Yes.
You have to walk away. Yes.
And then be more positive and find the right positive connections and keep that going.
Absolutely.
Because you always will meet, even in BNI, you will meet people who would disrespect you.
Sure.
Because I happened to me within these 6 months, and I learned that, but if that just a one person or two, doesn't mean that whole community is going to be like that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
because everybody is not going to fit into your lifestyle, or you yourself, or your business style, or or you cannot expect everybody to like you. But what I think is, as long as I can make honest effort and being honest and help people and continue to help people regardless how they are going to treat me, then I will have right people coming to me. Help me out as
Absolutely.
well.
You're correct.
Yes. And then that's how
Wonderful.
I'm continue to be in BNI, even other networking groups.
Sure.
And apart from the BNI, I like CABA. CABA, a Carolwood Area of Business Association.
Yes.
And that is different than BNI. It's not mostly, based on a referral-based kind of a networking event, but it's like a good community feeling.
Absolutely.
It's that is mine going out. I don't go out with friends. I don't go to clubs and nightclubs, bars, anything like that.
So that is your social and relationship building opportunities.
Yes, but Wednesday evening after 5 is my hanging out with my business friends.
I got you.
I meet new business owners and just hang out with them. It doesn't mean I'm not going to that location to find referrals or to find a business. I'm there to make connection. Will that connection bring me business in the future? Yes, of course.
It will. Absolutely.
Definitely. Yes. And meanwhile, I'm helping other people, other business to come in and explore these opportunities and help each other to grow.
Absolutely.
I believe in that as well. So your story confirmed that, and your story gives us that, yes, this is working. And you have to have right people around you. You have to be surrounded by the right people who are business-minded people. And when I have, in the past, like a few years ago, when I start a business, a lot of people would say, oh, that is not easy for you. You are not from even here. You have an accent that's not easy. Some people might not understand you. But all of these negative things,
absolutely.
Either they would bring most of the Americans would not hire you, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't give a damn care.
Yeah. Your your opinion. This is how I've lived my life.
Yeah.
Because being extremely active, extremely hyper,
Yes.
and I don't meet strangers. And
Yes.
if you want to hang around me,
Yes.
you've got to be a little bit accepting of my personality too.
Yes. Yes.
I may not be like you,
Yes.
but I can tell you when I go in among people, I am a genuine person.
Yes.
I'm going to meet people.
Yes.
And even if they don't come to meet me, I'm
Yes.
going to meet them.
Yes.
And if you're not accepting of this type of personality,
Yes.
then it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But don't bring the negatives in.
Exactly.
You know, you
Yeah.
might need to have other friends, but
Yes.
I hang around people
Yes.
that add value to my life.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always tell those people.
Yes.
You can always tell them, and they're accepting of who you are.
Yes.
This
definitely.
is me. I can't become you.
Yes.
So, you keep doing what you're doing as
Yes.
well.
Yes,
For
definitely.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met you. I met you at the Kaba event.
After Kaba event.
And I met a lot of people that night.
Yes.
But you stood out.
Yes.
Because it was like, okay, can I keep up with him? Where is he? He's so much like me. Wow, look at that. So, but you're genuine.
Yes.
See, people, they can hear anything come out of our mouths.
Yes.
But can they hear the heart that's behind everything that comes out?
Exactly.
So,
yes. So what would be your piece of advice for people who want to start business or do business or doing business?
Yes, I would say, first off, if you're thinking about doing it, do it.
Yes.
But find where you fit.
Yes.
And sometimes it means you may start one business and find out you should be over here in another business.
One, yeah.
Just like I started.
Yeah.
And then you may, and then surround yourself with people that add value to you. People that can teach and train you, but not compete with you.
Yes.
They can teach and train, because I strongly believe that what I make happen for others, the same is going to happen for me.
Yes.
And I would say do it. And as a person that, like with me, I came out of retirement to do this.
Yeah.
I'm one of the older seniors.
Yeah.
If you are that kind of person, just believe that you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe that it's just a world for all the young people.
Yes.
But also realize that it's the young people that can teach you in the world that you're in. Because almost everything I've learned about my cell phone, my computer, I learned from young business people who they'll say, and they call me, I've got, mostly when they say Miss JC, I realize that they're much younger. And then I've got some that say Mama JC, and I realize that is something in me that they find valuable. But I believe that I don't care how old you are. I don't care when you're ready to start.
Just start it,
And then when you start, surround yourself with people that you're willing to listen to. Because as we get older, it's harder to listen, especially to young folks.
Yes.
But I tell you, and I tell people all the time, if a 4-year-old can come up and tell me how to work my cell phone, I will listen to that 4-year-old. And that's what we have to do as business people.
Yes, learning mindset. You have to have that learning mindset.
So that's what I would say to them, Viraj. If you believe it, do it.
Do it, yes. And don't wait too long.
No, don't wait too long. Don't wait too long.
Don't worry about things will fall in.
Right. Yes.
Don't wait until you come to know everything. It's not going to happen.
I'm still learning.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, those same grandchildren I was telling you about, those God grands, they years ago were telling me, Grandma, you got to do this, and Grandma, you got to do that. Yeah. And now they're still telling me what I need to do. So.
Yes. I mean, when I started my business, I didn't have any of these things. I only had a laptop.
Look at
just
that.
A laptop.
And so that says, start where you are.
Yes.
Start where you are.
And I work hard on doing Uber in the weekend. I kind of save that. I use that money to build a business.
Yes.
I look at what are the opportunities. I don't have money. I was homeless in 2017.
Look at
I'm
that.
like, how am I going to make this happen? I'm like, I have to find. But there are opportunities out there. I like to do it forever? I'm like, no, might not. You might not enjoy it.
Yes.
But for a little period of time, just to build a bridge for me to cross this level, this situation.
Absolutely.
To next, I would do it. So
Yes.
I did. Even I did pizza delivery for 3 months.
Look at that.
Actually, I saved my first $1,000 from the tip by working with Hungry Howie's a weekend
Okay.
while going to school, doing pizza
Yes.
delivery. And then I used that $1,000 to invest into the Sunbase to register my business.
Wow. See those stories,
Yeah.
and that would be another thing.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people that have some stories.
Yes.
I could look at my youngest son,
Yeah.
and I look at where he is now, and I look at how he didn't have to come up in certain ways,
Yes.
but he was determined to do it without mom and dad.
Yeah.
And now I see where he is, and anytime I think of quitting, I
Yeah.
can think of him.
Think of him, yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not I don't think everybody can play like I wouldn't recommend to everybody, but I'm not a very defensive player in terms of business. I take risk.
Oh, okay.
I
Yes,
take risk.
yes.
And yeah, I'm like, when I play, it's like a gamble. Either you lose it, either you make it.
Uh-huh.
Only two things. If I lose it, I learn the lesson,
Okay.
and then next try again.
There you go. Awesome.
That's what I do.
Yes,
Because,
yes.
I like to learn, same thing with the other people. That's why I even
Okay.
want to do this podcast and talk to other people, because their experience, their story are very unique and different.
Sure.
And I think
Absolutely.
it's worthwhile to share those stories with the world.
Absolutely.
So one day, when these stories will go to people, and people will listen, and that will help at least one person. That one person, changing one person's life,
Yes.
is what is that is the purpose
That
of
is
this
your
podcast.
purpose. And you got to have a purpose.
Exactly.
And
You have
that's
to have it.
wonderful.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for
You're
inviting
very
me.
welcome. You're
This
very
has been an
welcome.
experience.
Yes. So, everyone, if you are looking for coffee catering, and this is not just like a Starbucks coffee box or anything like that. This is totally different. You got to try that one day with JC Farmer. You can call her. What is the business number?
813-468-0372.
So if you have an event that you like to have a coffee bar, and that experience at your event, and give your visitors a very unique experience, call JC Farmer. What is your business name, by the way?
JC's Coffee Concierge Services.
Oh, here we go. JC Coffee Concierge Services.
JC, JC's Coffee.
JC's
Concierge.
Coffee, okay.
I want to put that farmer in there,
Yeah.
but no, it's
Oh,
JC's Coffee.
JC's Coffee.
Concierge
Okay, yes.
Services.
So,
Yes.
And if you have a website?
A website?
Yeah.
Sure. JC'sCoffeeService.com.
And you have, social media, I guess, as well.
Yes, you
Connected to
can
it?
also search me on Facebook,
On Facebook.
Instagram. I'm there.
Okay.
And
Perfect. So follow her as well. We will put those information on the screen as well. So thank you very much for listening. And first of all, thank you.
Well,
for
thank you
sharing
for
your story.
inviting me. I
And
enjoyed this.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
And great story. And hello, everyone. Please like and share and subscribe to our channel if you want to learn more stories about business owners and how they do these things, and what kind of challenges they face, and how they solve these things, and how they get the motivation to continue. So I think if you're a business owner, even you're not a business owner, but you like to learn stories, and this would be a great opportunity for you, specifically local business owners. We listen to a lot of big successful people, but do we listen to the small other local business owners' story? We have no clue. We have no idea. We don't want those stories to be unspoken or untold. That's why I Make It Viral Media, and we bring this Rise and Thrive podcast to you to learn how people do this business. When we walk around, when we go around, we see a lot of businesses around the area, and those people and how they do it. That's what we need to learn, because that's important, and we need to support local business owners. So that is the purpose of this podcast as well. And when you share this podcast and follow and subscribe, you are helping a lot of business owners as well, and get their story to other people. Please like and share and subscribe. And thank you very much. And if you have any questions, any comments, leave them up below. and see you next episode with another story. Until then, have a great day.